So I'm shooting this video from my living room. Our stuff has hit port, but it hasn't cleared customs, so it's still empty. It's raining today. You can see outside my window. That is usually grass, but that's now a lake because we're getting lots of rain and it's flooding. And so that's fun. I have a lake. And I just got back from taking my son to register for 8th grade, my 13-year-old son. And that is not a fun experience for a child to start over at that age. And he was kind of talking about some unsurety he was having, and I think I know he's going to be great because he's that kind of kid. But we were reminded of a story when we were moving from Seattle, Washington to Australia. We stopped in Utah, and we were driving to Utah for Christmas, and he was in the back of the car, 9, 10 years old, and he was being obnoxious, like as 9 and 10-year-olds would do. And he was jumping around and making noises, and he was smelling up the car, how do I say that? Anyway, it was just not good. And so everybody got really sick of it. And they're like, Walker, stop. And then he went super quiet. About 5 minutes later, he's like, I'm stupid, fat, and ugly, and everybody hates me. And we all started laughing. Now, it's not funny, and it's not true. And I spent the next hour convincing him that it wasn't true. And he did laugh. But it's kind of become our family thing we say when we're feeling bad about ourselves. And in reality, every one of us has felt like we're stupid, fat, and ugly. Everybody hates us, right? We have those feelings. And so this story is for anyone who's ever felt stupid, fat, and ugly, and everybody hates them. And so this is an awesome story in the scriptures about a man named Enoch. And he was just out and about minding his own business when the voice of the Lord came to him and said, I need you. And I need you to teach and testify to the people. And I need you to tell them to repent. And I need you to tell them to follow me. And Enoch is just like, no, like, why me? I am totally inexperienced. I have no talents. In fact, I don't even talk very well, and the people hate me. And the Lord's response to him is priceless. In Moses 6, he says, I want you to open your mouth, and I will fill it with the words that you should say. You just deliver the message. And that message is to choose me. And I will make sure that nobody harms you, that no one lays a hand on you, and you will be filled with my spirit. And when you're filled with my spirit, you will be mighty. And so mighty, this is what he tells Enoch, you will be so mighty that mountains will flee before you. And rivers will turn from their course. And this is all because you're with me and I'm with you and we're a team. And I just love that. I love that message that he shares with Enoch of what happens when you team up with the Lord. And then he asks Enoch in verse 34, chapter 6, to do one thing. And he says these 3 little life-changing words. He says, walk with me. And that's exactly what Enoch did. In fact, he spent every day walking with the Lord. He went everywhere. He went up hills. He went high places. He went everywhere that he could teach the message to the people, teach them to repent and teach them to follow God. And guess what? The people didn't hate him. The people feared him. The people trembled because of his words, and they repented. In fact, in Moses 7, verse 13, it reads, and so great was the faith of Enoch that he led the people of God, and their enemies came to battle against them, and he spake the word of the Lord, and the earth trembled. Remember, there's that prophecy. The earth trembled, and the mountains fled, even according to his command, and the rivers of water turned out of their course, and the roar of lions, the roar of lions was heard out of the wilderness. That is like so awesome. I want lions to roar when I talk. And all nations feared greatly. So powerful. I love that word. So powerful was the word of Enoch, and so great was the power of the language which God had given him. And this isn't all. If you go on to read chapter 7, verse 69, we're told that not only did Enoch walk with God, but all of the people started to walk with God. Why? Because Enoch was a llama. Enoch was a leader. He taught and led the people and showed them the way to God, showed them how to walk with God. And everybody repented and everybody walked with God. And you know the story. Because of this, the city of Enoch was translated and taken up into heaven. This is awesome. It's like so awesome. Is this the same guy? Is this the same inexperienced, insecure, unsure Enoch? Is this the Enoch that was slow of speech and stuttered and didn't think anybody liked him? His This is Enoch, whose words, because he walked with God, became so mighty and so powerful. The language that he spoke was so mighty and so powerful that no big deal. But, like rivers turned their course and mountains fled and then lions roared. I mean, just another ordinary day. Awesome. It was transformative. It was a transformation that happened to Enoch. All because he did that one little thing, walked with God. And this is what walking with God will do for us. It will transform not just Enoch, it will transform you and me. And so how do we do this? How do we relate this story to our lives? We walk with God, and there's a lot of ways that we can do that. But I wanted to give you one suggestion. I want you to do this one little thing. It's a little thing, but it's a powerful thing. I want you to read the Book of Mormon. Joseph Smith said the Book of Mormon is the most correct book of any book on earth and the keystone of our religion. And a man would get nearer to God by abiding by its precepts than by any other book. And isn't that what we want? We want to be nearer to God. Being nearer to God is how we walk with God. It's how we feel close to him. It's how we become a team. We read his words. We read the Book of Mormon. So this is my challenge for you. My challenge is for you to take 7 days, 1 week, and read it every day sincerely picking up that book and letting it get into your heart and your mind and in your soul. And I've heard that, the moment you begin a serious study of the book, it will transform your life. So the next time you are faced with feelings of insecurity, feelings of doubt, feelings of fear, feelings that you just don't measure up, I want you to channel your inner Enoch. And I want you to think of those 3 simple words: walk with me. So I would love if you wanted to send me a message after the 7 days and tell me how this has transformed your life. That would be awesome. You've got this. You can do anything with God. Shama-Llama.